Yikes. I don't think I have enough tables over here on, or enough ranks over here. I might actually have to, let's see if we can create a new rank, add a rank below. That's right. Okay, we can add a new rank below. We'll call it F. And we'll put Mad Money over there, because that's where it belongs. Hi, I'm Trader Brett, and you're watching the tier list. Alright, so as you guys can see, we got a list of movies and TV shows over here, a couple documentaries too. About 21, I believe, from my count. Some of them were from my own memory of movies that I remember watching. Some of them were from friends, some of them from AI. So we'll go through a couple of these movies over here, TV shows, rank them up on this tier list, and see where they how it looks at the end of the picture over here. See if we got something going on. So why don't we start with a Boiler Room. Boiler Room, if I remember, this movie was the main character was selling fake companies to investors. At one part of the movie, one of the investors almost goes bankrupt, sadly, and loses his house, his wife, and everything. And then the main character, feels bad about it. He gets confronted by his father and so on. So lots of things happen, but you get a good little idea of the bad side of the trading world and the stock market, where back in the day in the OTC markets, how easy it was to push around fake companies, and really the greed behind trading and the stock market, how it can change a person and so on, and mess with your morals. So Boiler Room, pretty good movie. I would say it belongs somewhere in the S or A. I think we'll start it off with A for now. Worth the watch, 100% worth the watch. It was a pretty good movie. I think it even has Vin Diesel in it, if I remember correctly. So yeah, go check that movie out. Boiler Room. The next one over here is Arbitrage. I don't think I've actually seen this movie, but from what research I've done on it, and watching trailers, watching YouTube reviews about this movie, looks like it has something to do with the trading world, but it had more about drama and cheating on your wife and whatnot type of situation in that movie, blackmail, but it had a little bit to do with investment banking and so on. Would I rank this on the tier scale for a stock movie and for a trading movie? I didn't really see too much trading happening in there, or too much really talks about even investing or anything come in. It just looked like too much of a drama movie, so I'll probably put this around here on C. We now have Mad Money by Jim Cramer up next. This one is yikes. I don't think I have enough tables over here on, or enough ranks over here. I might actually have to, let's see if we can create a new rank, add a rank below. That's right. Okay, we can add a new rank below. We'll call it F. And we'll put Mad Money over there, because that's where it belongs, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, but Mad Money was going to the F territories. You're going to stay there. It's probably going to be the only movie or TV show, sorry, I should say TV show, that will end up down there in my list so far. Let's move on from Mad Money and Uncle Cramer, and then to see where the next movie gets placed, Rouge Trader. Now this movie is really good. It's about a trader in Singapore, how he makes the Barron's Bank, if I remember correctly, bankrupt, one of the biggest banks in the UK. How he just keeps hiding his losses and keeps borrowing more money to take these crazy trades and so on. Pretty good movie, man. And your boy, I believe, Obi-Wan Kenobi, not Obi-Wan Kenobi, but the actor who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi, even Evan McGregor, if I'm saying that properly, does a damn good job in this movie. Amazing movie. A lot about trading, a lot about the corruption, a lot about how greed once again can come in and turn a good trader to an absolute bad trader. That's why you need to have morals, you need to have ethics, and this shows you exactly how a person can lose himself in this world of money over here. This movie belongs in the S tier in my opinion. Rouge Trader, if you have not watched it yet, go check it out. Amazing movie. Now, Brad Pitt's Moneyball actually comes in from an AI selection, I don't know why AI would say Moneyball is in the list of stock movies or TV shows that are related to trading or the stock market. But I guess the fact that Jonah Hill's character uses a lot of analytics, data to really curate the perfect baseball team that helps them. I believe it was Oakland A's to win a season or multiple seasons. Is it? I don't remember how many seasons or if it's just one season, but I do remember watching that movie. Pretty damn good movie. Amazing acting by Brad Pitt, amazing acting by Jonah Hill. It was probably one of the first few movies where I thought, Jonah Hill was doing great as not just a comedy actor, but more serious and so on. So pretty damn good job by Jonah Hill. Amazing movie nevertheless, but not really about trading. But it shows you a little bit about data analytics and how maybe finding patterns in data and hitting the right pattern at the right time, building the right team for yourself kind of could be applied to trading over here. Overall, just related to trading and stock market, since there's not much there, we might have to put this movie in C or B along with Arbitrage over here. But because how good the movie was in general, I'm inclined to put it in B, so I'll just put it in B for Brad Pitt for now. All right. Next up, we have The Wolf of Wall Street. Like, oh man, I mean, this movie is an instant S tier label, right? Amazing movie. A lot of it, I guess, was fiction, but it was taken from real life and so on. Great storytelling, amazing direction, amazing acting. Margot Robbie, do I even have to go on that statement? Leonardo DiCaprio, greatest actor in the world out there. I mean, just absolutely keeps on killing every single movie he touches. But in regards to the movie itself, once again, shows you how easy it was to sell useless companies to people back in the day, how they use this system to really make a shit ton of money for themselves, pocket all that money, and great movie nevertheless. You should watch it. Jonah Hill once again in this movie does great acting, and Leonardo DiCaprio once again. So The Wolf of Wall Street, based off of a real character, which is Jordan Belfort, if I remember correctly. Jordan Belfort. Great direction, great acting, great screenplays, great writing, everything. The movie just deserves to be an S tier. I can't even remember how many times I watched this movie. It's just great. Next one, Wall Street, the first Wall Street, not the second one, the first Wall Street. The first Wall Street, I actually watched the first Wall Street after watching the second Wall Street, and I kind of went backwards. But watching both those movies, you don't really see a lot of actual trading happening or whatnot, but you do see how once again, greed and how the lack of ethics in this trader, Gordon Gekko, completely takes over companies, sells companies, shorts companies, the ways he manipulates the markets to make money for himself, and so on. Great way to see actually how some big players could be playing the market and how some big players could be pumping and dumping these small cap, small float stocks and so on. So pretty good movie. Obviously drama, lots of drama and so on. It is about investment banking and trading and so on, but I wouldn't put this one on the scale as Rouge Trader or Boiler Room or Wolf of Wall Street. But since this movie is based off of Wall Street and the greed of Wall Street, I think this one should be in B. But if we put this one in B, maybe Moneyball should go in C then, right? We'll put Moneyball in C and we'll put Wall Street over here. That's Wall Street 1, and we'll put Wall Street 2, I think, somewhere around that same place. Shia LaBeouf plays in that movie. He connects Gordon Gekko with his long lost daughter who doesn't want to talk to him anymore, and then he takes that money that he had saved up for his daughter in some sort of a fund, and he cheats Shia LaBeouf out of an investment of some sorts. Don't want to really spoil the movie as I have already for so many of these movies that we talked about. But pretty good movie. You get to see a lot about the drama side in the second one compared to the investment banking, but you still get to see quite a bit about how companies are bought and sold by these big money players, and possibly how manipulation takes place in the market, how easily people will change up the CEO within a company in order to make profits for themselves. First, they invade the company, invest in it, change up the CEO through the shares that they have acquired now, and then try to take over the company and so on. So pretty good idea, a pretty good movie to get an idea of how the takeover businesses and happen on the Wall Street. So I would put both these movies right next to each other in the B tier. You know, I didn't feel like it was worth watching more than once or twice these two movies the way I've watched Rouge Trader or even The Wolf of Wall Street, so hence they deserve to be in the B area for me. Next up, we have the Madoff series from Netflix. This one, I believe, you know, goes in the S or A. The Bernie Madoff, the Ponzi scheme, everything that you need to know about how this Ponzi scheme was run and how the madman himself pulled off everything the way he did, hiding the accounting papers, getting the IRS and the FBI going in loops in this big office building. You know, pretty crazy detail of exactly how he pulls off the scam and the overall Ponzi scheme. Pretty good docuseries on Netflix. I would check it out. I learned a lot from watching that I previously did not know about the, you know, Bernie Madoff himself. But yeah, pretty famous scandal. If I can say scandal, pretty famous story out there in the world of the stock market and the Ponzi scheme world also. So good movie, good docuseries, good TV show. I would urge people to watch this one for sure. If you don't know exactly what happened with that side of the story, with the Madoff story. This one I believe belongs in A. I would put it in S because I found it good, but I think it would belong in the A over here. It wasn't worth watching more than once or twice, like I'll say, what was that, the Last Dance documentary from Michael Jordan. That one I've seen it more than once or twice, right? But the Madoff one, you see it once, I think you're done with it, you know exactly what happened, and then you're moving on with it. So A, I'll put it in A along with Boiler Room. But Dirty Money, the next Netflix documentary or TV series that we're gonna pull up on the ranking scale over here, is gonna actually belong in S for me. You learn, you know, about various scams from VW to you know, the scams that are happening in India and all across the world. The docuseries takes you from one corrupt person to another, one corrupt company to another. Just gives you a synopsis in a span of an hour of how some of these companies were cheated, or how some of these companies manipulated another company, or how this trader, you know, manipulated the market. So pretty good docuseries, not specifically just about trading. It goes into all aspects of business. So because of that, maybe you would want this around A or B, but just because how good the docuseries was, in my opinion, and can't wait for more episodes to come out, I'm gonna put it on S. Dirty Money. If you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out on Netflix. This was not a sponsor, but hey, Netflix, if you do want to sponsor, your ad down here. Next one, we're gonna go to a TV show, Billions. Ooh, this one's gonna be a tough one. It's S, A, or B. S, A, or B. S, A, or B. So what is Billions? Billions is a TV show where they talk quite a bit about the market. Yes, you get to see insider trading a little bit. You get to see investing. You get to see how you know, how a prop floor or a trading floor is run in the current time and days. Whereas on The Wolf of Wall Street and on the other movies, you get to see how the floor was run back in that day, right? So Billions kind of shows you how a trading floor these days is run. Sadly, however, no trading floor I've ever been on looks like that one in the TV show. You know, all amazing, futuristic settings. The computers are all amazing and so on, right? So it doesn't really work like that. It's probably the bigger companies like Rentec or something probably looks like that, but the companies that I work for, you know, the prop firms that I work for, they're just your normal companies. They're your normal floors. It's not as lavish as the TV show shows you. And also in the TV show, you have Wendy Rhodes, the female psychiatrist for the trading and so on. You know, I would love for a female psychiatrist or even any psychiatrist to help traders out in any of the floors that I've worked in. Sadly, there's never been one. but the overall idea of what a good trading floor could be, how the CEO runs it, how manipulation also happens, how they make trades on live events like politics or other things. They also include influencing politics into the TV show with the money that they make. So pretty good TV show overall. I loved Billions. Sadly, later on in the seasons, it got more drama instead of actual how traders move around. You even get to see the lavish lifestyles of some of these crazy traders like Dollar Bill and so on, right? So it's a pretty good TV show, I would say. I enjoyed it, but sadly later on in the seasons it got a little too drama-ish and didn't really bring in that much trading. There is a new season happening right now that I need to start watching it, get caught up on. But where would I rank this is the question. I would probably put this on A, right next to the Madoff and Boiler Room. It was great the first few seasons. The middle seasons died off, and hopefully it picks back up later on, and hence I'll put it in the A scale. I don't think it belongs in the lower scale over here. Trust me, Moneyball, if we're not scaling the Moneyball off of trading, this would be much higher on scale just because how good the movie was. But since we are putting it off of trading and stock market, I think it has to be there. American Psycho. This stock also comes from AI like the Moneyball, but sadly, this stock doesn't really have too much about trading. It's about a thriller. It's about an investment banker who's got a couple screws loose. He's cheating on his wife. He's sleeping with his friends' wives. He's killing people. He's killing homeless people. He's just crazy. He's just crazy. But it could kind of portray what you need to be, I guess, if you want to be a trader or a stock market thing. I'm not saying you got to be an American Psycho or an absolute killer, but sometimes for a competitive job like trading, you just might need a couple screws loose. But yeah, not anything about trading, not anything about the stock market. An investment banker who's just absolutely crazy, killing people. AI put it on the list. I thought it was funny that AI put the stock or movie in that list, so I picked it. And gives me a talking points or two in the video also. So hey, where can we rank it? I think it belongs in the same scale as Moneyball, the same reason as Moneyball. It doesn't really have anything to do about trading, but a pretty good movie, and hence we'll put it in that area. The next movie over here, easy S tier movie. I think this movie is actually better than Wolf of Wall Street or Rouge Trader or even Dirty Money, so we'll put it at the top of the list over here. The Big Short by Christian Bale, Will Ferrell by Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Brad Pitt. I mean, the cast for this movie was just amazing. The direction for this movie talks about the 2008 crash and how a lot of the traders how banks almost went bankrupt, how a lot of people lost their money, how a lot of people were just getting these crazy houses on crazy evaluations and so on without actually being able to afford it. And when one domino fell, all dominoes tumble with it. And outlines showcases the people who saw this happening before anyone else kind of did. You see Christian Bale, who plays Dr. Burry, how he saw this happening before anyone else did, how Brad Pitt kind of comes out of retirement just to help these two other kids make some money off of the trade, how Steve Carell finds out about this trade or Steve Carell's character finds out about this trade and loses his mind with how the system and how the government actually is run and how everything is just a scam at the end of the day. It's a great movie. Watched it multiple times, can never get tired of it. Amazing acting, amazing direction, amazing screenplay overall. If you have not watched it, you're missing out. It will fill you in exactly on what kind of happened with Lehman Brothers and the 2008 financial market crash, and a great movie. So I would watch it. 100% belongs in S tier. This movie over here, The Social Network's not really anything to do with marketing or trading, sorry, and 100% has to do with Facebook and Zuckerberg itself. This is also another stock gave in from the AI, Arbitrage, Brad Pitt, American Psycho, and Social Network. All of these stocks came in from that AI list. But it's, Social Network, good enough a movie to talk about if you don't know what happened with Facebook, how Facebook, Zuckerberg kind of screwed people out of the company with the share sizing and the investments and so on, and how he built Facebook from the ground up, and how he did it in I think it was Harvard, right? So how he built that company up from the ground up. So it's a pretty good movie. Once again, nothing to do with, sadly, the market or trading. But for those of you who want to learn about Facebook, just because you trade Facebook, or Meta, I should say, you should go check out this movie. Pretty good story of the Zuckerberg, the reptile himself. Enron, the smartest man in the room. I mean, this, if you have not seen, probably making a pretty big mistake for yourself, because you need to learn what happened with Enron. Enron, one of the biggest scandals out there in the trading world, in the stock market world. They stuffed the shit out of their books and tried to make their company look like something it wasn't, scamming investors. Just horrible story of how, if you're not really looking in the right direction, how people could easily lie and hide things from you. We've seen things like this come out recently with Nikola. That's why you need the short sellers and the bad report makers, such as Citron and Hindenburg and so on, the people who do the research on these bad companies. I think the latest one that Hindenburg called out, the Adani Group, the Indian Adani Group. So yeah, companies like that, going deeper into companies like Enron and Adani and calling out the scams, calling out the fakes, is what brought out Enron. So Enron getting caught eventually, and if you don't know what happened with it, you got to go check out that documentary. I believe it was a documentary from what I've seen it from back in the day. So go check it out. Amazing. We'll have to put it in the A tier. I don't think it belongs in the S tier, but it does belong in the A tier. Ooh, Limitless. Why don't we start with Limitless, the movie first? I think Limitless the movie, either S or A tier, right? Either S or A tier. Amazing movie itself. Barely anything to really do with trading. So maybe it should be with C or D, but pretty decent movie. It's a fake story about how this pill unlocks your fullest potentials, and how this guy uses that pill to make a ton of money on the stock market, make a ton of money on poker, if I remember correctly, or was it blackjack? Make a ton of money everywhere that he can. Pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. They even made a TV show out of it, which I don't really think belongs in the upper tiers. So we'll put this one over here, probably in D or C. We'll put this one in C, and we'll put this one in B, because this one doesn't really have to do with trading, but it's a pretty good movie. I'll watch it. The TV show, I remember seeing a couple episodes. It was alright. I'm actually going to demote this one to D. I don't think it belongs in the same scale as American Psycho and Moneyball. So this one's going to go to D, and this one will leave it at B. Alright. Moving. Ooh, now I don't know how to say it, honestly, but the movie is a French movie. It's called Team Spirit. Shout out to my friend Adam. We recently interviewed Adam on our channel. If you haven't caught that, we'll leave the link in the description below, or somewhere on the screen over here. You'll see the link to that interview. Go check it out. But yeah, he told me to put this movie on that list. I think these next 3 movies actually come from him, and 100% this movie does belong over here. Great movie about trading. Great movie about the stock market and how traders navigate themselves on the stock market, how moving money kind of incites emotions and fears and so on. Once again, movies called Team Spirit. Go watch it if you not have yet. You might have to scrounge the internet for this movie and use subtitles if you don't speak French, obviously. I would suggest this movie 100%, and it belongs in the S tier. I think my friend Adam would also agree that this movie belongs in the S tier. Next up, we got Pursuit of Happyness. This one is actually not even about trading. I mean, yeah, he's a stock trader, but this movie, if I remember correctly, it was all about how him and his kid are just navigating life and trying to, go on that pursuit of happiness. So good movie, cute movie. Will Smith, and his his actual kid in life, Jaden Smith, if I remember correctly that name. Yeah, Jaden Smith, coming out in this movie. Cute movie, good movie, little touching movie too, you know, it touches your heart. But overall, don't really remember too much about trading, so we're gonna leave it in this basket over here. Would I probably do this? I'd probably do this, you know, yeah, right there. I'll probably put Limitless, American Psycho, and Moneyball in the same scale, and Pursuit of Happyness and Arbitrage down over here, because I don't really, yeah, these two movies don't really have too much about trading as much as they have drama, in my opinion. But Pursuit of Happyness, nevertheless, great movie. Trading Places. This one, like I said, comes from Adam, but Adam actually suggested this one because it comes from Neil. So just because it comes from Neil Roberts, it immediately goes to S tier. I trust his opinion on this. I actually had to watch the trailer for this movie and also watch a quick little synopsis or a review, sorry, on this movie. I actually loved the trailer and the review that I might watch it tonight before going to bed. So Trading Places, pretty good movie about how Eddie Murphy gets kind of put into this position from being homeless to managing a big stock market company where they're buying and selling commodities, to how he navigates from that to outsmarting the people who kind of put him in that position to you know, not get run over at the end of the day. So pretty good movie just from watching the trailer. I loved it. I'm gonna watch it tonight, and I think even without watching the movie, I can guarantee you that this movie belongs in the S tier. Trading Places, 100% worth watching, just because of Neil Roberts, who talks about this movie a lot, and Adam, my buddy, who suggested it. So go check it out. Trading Places. I will be checking it out tonight. Next up, it says we have 2 more movies left over here. You probably don't see it there. I'll scroll up a little bit. There says 2 more movies left, but they're the same pictures uploaded twice, sadly. So we only have 1 movie left. It's Margin Call. Margin Call with Kevin Spacey, a bunch of other actors in there. I mean, great movie. Can't say enough about it. But since Kevin Spacey's canceled, can we even put that movie on the S tier? I don't think I can, right? Kevin Spacey's canceled, so this movie can't go up there. No, I'm joking. If we ignore everything about the drama behind Kevin Spacey and just talk about the movie alone, you know, great movie. Shows you a lot about market tradings, how companies run, these how traders manage themselves in these companies, how a margin call could kick in and completely shut down your account and shut down your company from ever existing, and so on. So pretty good movie, worth watching it. You know, shows a lot about how risk management should be applied at all times. You know, trading is a lot about how much money can you protect instead of how much money can you actually make, and Neil also says that too, right? So gotta protect your money, gotta protect your capital, and not just the actual capital, your mental capital too. So risk management needs to be applied, and this movie shows you what happens when you don't apply risk management. You get margin called. So ladies and gentlemen, I would say, do we have to change anything from here? If not, then this would be my final list of TV and movies for the stock market. I'm just gonna give a quick little glance. This one for sure belongs down there. I wasn't really a fan of the Limitless TV show, so I think it belongs down there too. I think I'm pretty happy with this tier list. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are not happy with this tier list that you see, make sure you comment below. Let your voice be heard, and tell me, what would you move? Which one of these movies or TV shows would you move from where I have it to where would you put it? So put it all in the comments below, and thank you for watching. Until next time, ciao.